I won't bore you why I left her, but I came back to her and she said, okay, so if you're going to come back to me, you've got to do this, speak at this thing. So I'll do anything. I'll do anything. I will do anything to get you engaged and passionate about ITSU, which I care a lot about, and you have a tremendous intuition. So she laid out the terms, and amongst the terms were, you will speak here on this day. So here I am. And I genuinely don't have much. I'm going to try and give you something, but I don't know what. There's a Chinese proverb which says, the higher the monkey climbs the tree, the more you see of its arse. And that's particularly in someone like, I dash around the world trying to build shops. And Pret is a big company. We have hundreds and hundreds of stores. So I have to be very careful about preaching about anything, let alone design. So the purpose of tonight is design important? Is that right? And are you important in the world? Yes. So I must try and give you something. And clearly design is unbelievably important, and I think very undervalued. And I think design in restaurants, design in anything, I think it's incredibly important. And therefore I think for each and every one of you here who's involved with design, I think it's important that you have the strength to put your foot down and again come back to your clients and say, this is really important, I really believe in it. Because honestly, I was with someone yesterday, amazing guy who runs a company called Le Pain Quotidien, which many of you probably know. That company was started and is kind of owned by this mad Belgian guy. Completely mad. I've met him a couple of times. He's inspirational. And what he's trying to do with that thing, he believes it's a farmhouse. What he wanted to create when he opened the first one in Belgium was like a farmhouse. And again around the world, they have like 160 places, this guy. And many people don't understand it. And yesterday at lunch, sitting outside on the Marylebone High Street, this guy was pouring his heart out to me because only the founder, only this bloke seems to understand what his farmhouse vision is really about. And the management here, they wanted to do this and they wanted to do that. And this guy arrives, he flies in from Belgium, he flies in from Moscow, and he is as confident and he knows exactly what his vision is. And that is the rare, that vision, if you've got a vision for something as a designer, and many of you are in the creative business, I really do think it's important you stick with it. And I know clients can be very difficult. And Afi here I'm sure she finds me very difficult. But it is really important to stick with it. And I was thinking today on the way here, if we look at, in my business, in the food business, great design. There are quite a number of examples of really tremendous design. Wagamama, I think, is a good, not so much, but early Wagamama, early David Collins' work. I think David Collins, many of you probably know the work of David Collins. David Collins is a genius, I think. And I have to be careful what I say here, but even people who are paying people like David Collins large sums of money will continuously, again and again, challenge him, and challenge him, and challenge him for, in my opinion, all the wrong reasons. In other words, why on earth would you get Picasso or Chopin or anyone to design for you and then not listen to them? So again, I come back to that thing of sticking with your vision. If you are in any way in the creative business here, just stick with it. Just push through. Get the client to understand. And if the client doesn't understand, find another way. You've got to find another way until they do understand what it is you as the creative person wants to do.